And I've got to add 2 people. Right, Sally has now got a new Skype login. So invite. Oh, I'm not doing invite, I'm doing add. I really hate the laptop interface for this rather than the one on the iPhone, with which I'm massively familiar. So participants, add participant, add, so that's going to be Sally W. Yeah, and then Tabitha.
I'm not going to touch that.
Love, someone said something.
Oh.
Oh no, it was just talking amongst yourselves. Okay, cool. Tabitha. Oh, fuck off when you get these dumb fucking people that can't think they're the most important. No, Tabitha, you have to answer the. No. No. Kill it with fire. Let's try again. So did that now stop me inviting poor Sally back? Right, let's try again. Participants, add. Did it allow me to invite? So Bree hasn't turned up yet, but she's often a bit later. Let's add. So we now need. I don't think. So Bree's here, good. So let's try Sally W again. Yeah. Let's add. Calling Sally W. Let's add someone else, and we should be adding the technologically useless Tabitha. Oh, we just start. Because I ain't playing Skype catch up with everybody. Thumbs up. Good. Give it 1 minute. Oh. All right, there we go. As they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. It is. Sally W unavailable. I've tried. Tabitha, good. Right, so Brendan, what was last week's topic?
We did.
Come right close to the mic, I can't hear you.
We did direct, indirect, reflexive, and reciprocal pronouns.
We did indeed. What a lovely, clear, succinct sentence with no white noise, with no junk, with no with no marvelous. What were the 4 pronoun sounds, Tia, that didn't care which system we were in?
Me, te, nous, vous.
Good. You need to, like I said, dive down low. Me, te, nous, vous. They're all chest sounds. Me, te, nous, vous. Not me, te. No, good. Because when we go super fast, which is only really a few weeks away, and we go in a blur, yeah, we'll need this. Lovely. Bree. No, because you've got that same question last time, so don't be boring. I'll come back to Bree. Susan, what is the 1 word I'm going to use for anything reflexive if it's not me, te, nous, or vous? In other words, all third people. What is the 1 word I'm going to use for anything reflexive as a pronoun if it's not me, te, nous, or vous? What would it be, Susan?
Sir.
Good job. Going back to Brie, because she got sir twice last week for some reason. So, Brie, the 2 words that I would use if I were doing something indirectly. Remember, that doesn't necessarily mean 2 don't need the light just yet. It doesn't necessarily mean to the person. It just would be indirect. What are the two pronouns I'm going to use in the third person for that, please?
Lui, leur.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. But you said them in English. Lui, leur. Make sure the twang is there. Good. Lovely. Denise. Are you a Denise or a Denise? How do you prefer it?
Denise.
Denise with a s sound good. Okay. That's nicer. So Denise, what would the three sounds be for the third person if I were in a direct situation?
Le, la, le.
Lovely and soft. Le, la, le. It's difficult right now, guys, but when you go in the mouth, remember you're still going big in the body. So in English, when we go big in the body, we go big in the mouth. Hey, Bree, could you bring the chair over? Bree, bottom of the garden, goes, yep, got it. Okay. Or I'll go, Bree, could you just go and get a chair for that old lady? Oh God, Luke, I'm so sorry, I didn't see her. In French, small mouth, big chest. Good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Who goes first, Tabitha, if I have double pronouns? So what was my little rule that was mentioned in the video? If I've got a combination of me, te, nous, vous, ce, lui, leur, la, les, ne. What's my system that I use if I've got a double one coming together? So for example, she gives it me, I give them some, no, I give them. What's my little assessment criteria if I've got double pronouns? In other words, if I've got direct and indirect together, what's the rule? I can't hear you, Tabitha, my love.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I
Hello?
can just hear a series of clicking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you beautifully, but can you come close to the microphone?
Yes, I'm close. I'm close.
That's lush. Right. So if I've got double pronouns, so for example, if I've got a me, a le, or a me and a te and a la and a le and a le, what's my rule for which one goes first? What's the system that we mentioned in the video? I can't hear you. I can't hear a word from you, Tabitha.
Je ne sais pas.
You better get on top of this shit, my girl, or you're out of the group. Yep.
Okay.
You've got your
sorry.
homework. I told you to
Sorry.
watch them. I don't
Yes.
carry people. All right.
Okay.
Go over the videos. Make sure you've got every damn thing in those videos. I don't carry people. All right.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not being a meanie. I told you if you want it in, you've got to catch up. All right.
Yes.
Brendan, what's my system for when I've got double pronouns coming in? What's my system? What's my little law?
It's lui, leur. So the short.
No. Fail.
Oh.
Tia, what's my system overall?
Elle comes last, longer comes last.
I prefer rather than L because L is a visual concept. But yes, if you've got two pronouns together, the la goes last. Do we all get the play between L? Does that read the right way around for you? Does that read as an L? Yeah. So L, the long. So if you've got two pronouns, me and a le, the le one goes last. If you've got two that are L, the longer L1 goes last. All right. Good. Brilliant. Tabitha, you got some proper watching to do. Everybody thinks they know what watching a video means. They don't at all. They'll just sit there, they'll WhatsApp their friend, they'll have a glass of white wine, phoning it in. Phoning it in, as we say in theatre. Phoning it in. How did she do on stage tonight? Oh, she just phoned it in. Watch the video out loud. Say the stuff out loud. Get it in your mouth. Good.
Okay.
Now we're going to look at the subjunctive. Rule number 1 of subjunctive. Ignore every piece of floating shit that secondary school, high school teachers ever tell you about the subjunctive. Let me explain why. Because they normally spoon feed you something, and this goes the same for the Alliance Française or l'Institut Français. They normally spoon feed you something, so you've got a little bit of something just to get you to an exam. And then you hear all this other crap like, oh, you could survive quite happily without the subjunctive. Rubbish. Or then there's all this other crap like, oh, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. The subjunctive is an opinion. Brendan, tell me, what was the last thing you watched on Netflix or on television? What was the last thing you watched?
It was, I forget.
You forget your own pissing name. Hurry up. What did you watch?
I watched Criminal.
Good. Right. What do you think of this show? I think, give me an opinion.
I think it's quite good.
There you go. Is that an opinion? Yes. What is the main verb for giving an opinion? Penser. Is penser subjunctive? No. Okay? No, 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 no. So anybody that goes, oh, the subjunctive's about giving an opinion, bugger off. No, it isn't at all. Ready for a little Lukeism? Tabitha, you'll learn when Lukey gives a rule, learn the rule. It ain't me being important, it's the language being important. Listen to Lukey. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Bree, could you give me those back to me? You
Sorry.
all turn up and I
Want,
look like
need,
I look
want,
like
need,
Jesus.
opinion.
It's not like my physical is gonna like distract or mesmerize you. So I don't know where you all are for the first 10 minutes. Brenda, put your drink down, you've not earned it. Fucking focus. Fucking
What?
focus. I've just said some words. Bring me your A game, bitches, because you're not gonna get anywhere otherwise. Bree, listen to Auntie Lukey. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional.
Doubt.
Have a go, Bree. Give me those back to me.
All right. Want, need,
need.
doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional.
How fucking marvelous is that? You bag of shit listeners. None of you do shit until I wake you up. Denise, back at me. Same ones again.
Want, near, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional.
Good. Brendan, in reverse, those words.
Emotional, impersonal, fear, doubt, want, need, want.
But not bad. Right, so good, excellent. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. That is 95% of the subjunctive as far as you people are concerned. All right, put your drink down, Brendan. You're not on a holiday camp. Good, you're not on a cruise. Lovely. So here's why we call the subjunctive the subjunctive. For the most part, it is a junction, a coming together of one bit of sentence and another bit of sentence. A clause, if you will. I am happy that Bree has woken up. I am sad that Sally hasn't come. Okay. So whilst there are other things that will do that, okay, for the most part, it's going to involve something on the left, which is what we call the dominant clause, and then your subordinate clause on the right. Mainly, as far as you guys are concerned for the moment, with a big fat fuck off k in the middle. Yep, a k, Q-U-E, all right? So the first thing to do is to acknowledge that we don't always use that language pattern in English. We are very fond of the infinitive. I want Brendan to come to the party. I want Tia to be happy in life. I prefer Brie to stay with us, not go off with her friends, whatever, you know. So we will often use I and the verb, mention the person, often as an object clause, like I want him, I want them, to form, to help, okay? I need you guys to listen. French doesn't like this. If you are doing a verb and someone else is doing a verb, French, for the most part, likes everybody that's doing their verb, for the most part, to do their own verb. So instead of saying, I want Brendan to listen, we want, I want that Brendan listens. I need Denise to buy some wine. I need that Denise buys some wine. I want Susan. Now, I want her to come, talking to Susan. I want that she comes, because I'm not going to say her comes, am I? You don't do that. First things first, before we do any French, I'm going to give you an English sentence, and you are going to say it back to me in this way. You are going to say it back to me, I want that, or I need that, or whatever it is, I prefer that. And you're going to switch it round so that the second half is being done in the way I've just told you, which means there's no to form. You are mentioning the person doing it in full. So that will either be a name, or that will be, again, I, you, he, she, we, you plural, y'all in some states, they. Not me, you, him, her, none of those, all right? So everybody does their own verb in English. Let's start with Tabitha. I want Tabitha to be happy. So in other words, the English you're going to give me back is bullshit English. It doesn't exist. Yeah, you're giving me a crappy form of English which doesn't exist, just to understand the fact that you have I want that somebody does something, all right? Okay, so using the systems I've just gone with, so Tabitha, I want that. No, shut up. I want Tabitha to be happy. I want Tabitha to be happy. How am I going to do that, Tabitha?
I want that Tabitha is happy.
That's it. I want that Tabitha is happy. Lovely. Denise, I want them to buy chocolate. Sugar-free, dairy-free, but preferably. So I want them to buy chocolate. What would that be, Denise?
I want them to buy chocolate. Excuse me. I want that they buy chocolate.
Yes, thank you for teaching me the English that we've just given you, but yes, exactly. Yes, lovely. Notice she skillfully changed them to they. Tabitha had a Tabitha, so that's fine. I want that Tabitha is, happy. She didn't have to change Tabitha. Denise had a they, had a them, so it became a they. Lovely. Susan, I want that. No, I want him to understand. I want him to understand. What would that be, Susan, in the English version?
I want that he understands.
Gorgeous. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good. At this stage, can we remind you all that a "k" does not a subjunctive make? I think that you guys are all going to speak amazingly if you get your shit together and follow me. In fact, there's a "k" there. That's not subjunctive. I think that Tabitha has a nice first name. Yeah, that's a "k". That's not subjunctive. So want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Please be aware as well that other expressions which invite the subjunctive often have a "k" that we will come to, like so that, pour que. So I'm going to Paris so I can see whatever, my mom. Alors moi je vais à Paris pour voir ma mère. There's no pour que. I'm going to Paris so that my mom can see me. Alors moi je vais à Paris pour que ma mère puisse me voir. Pour que would invite the subjunctive. But there are loads of things that use a que that do not have a subjunctive. So be careful. Good. Brendan, what are my two verb types? Going back to lesson 1, what are my two verb types?
A soft hard.
Pardon me, I need a cheeky glass of water. Just give me 1 second. Good. For everything I've just said, all the crap I've just said, want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional, A verbs, Tabitha, I'm going to say this just once, A verbs, not ER verbs, not premier group verbs as we say in French, A verbs. A verbs are only going to change on the subjunctive, on a we and a you plural. Everywhere else is going to be normal. There is no change on the subjunctive anywhere else. The subjunctive, ladies and gentlemen, is a mood. It is not a tense. It is not a tense. I'll often go all 12 spoken tenses, whatever, but it is not a tense. It's a mood. Okay. So if I said anything in the A that's an A verb, the subjunctive shit will sound exactly the same. Luke wants me to eat. Luke wants that I eat. Luke veut que je mange. Luke is sad that. Tia, which one of my subjunctive reasons is sad gonna be? Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, or emotional?
Emotional.
Yeah, it's emotional, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Good, so I'm sad that she's eating without me. Je suis triste qu'elle mange sans moi. Mange is normal. Brie, I'm scared that she's eating without me. J'ai peur. Brie, which one of my subjunctive creators is that from? Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional?
Fear.
Spot on. You might go, well, Luke, is fear not an emotion? But yeah, just gets its own category. Do you know what you do with your fears? You stamp all over them and do not let the little bitches control you. You just think of children going into operating theatres at 3-year-old with cancer and you just think, fuck my fear. Otherwise, nobody would even be here. Good. Good. If I said it's interesting that Denise is buying the cocaine again. Poor Den, she can't get off it. It's interesting that Denise is buying the cocaine again. Il est intéressant que Denise achète, normal verb. Which Denise of my reasons to create the subjunctive is it's interesting? Which one of my reasons is that? Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal or emotional? Which one is it?
Impersonal.
So to make it super clear, guys, an impersonal sentence is one that starts with an it or an it's. Brendan likes, Netflix. Tia buys a lollipop. Whatever. Brie speaks to her friends. Susan is wearing a nice colour pink. Denise sent me a nice message. Tabitha has a nice first name. They're all sentences where people are doing something. A neutral sentence is it is or it's. So straight away, and don't be alarmed, we already know in French that could be an il est or a c'est, C''est, for reasons we will go into at a later date as to which one of those it would be. Okay, there's a bit of a tendency orally to do say. Strictly speaking, if you're introducing a concept, it should be il est, written more il est, but we'll talk about that at another point. But if you are saying it is plus an adjective, plus a que, unless your adjective is pretty darn definite, it's going to be subjunctive. It's interesting that Brendan is doing the work. It's annoying that Tabitha hasn't listened to the first 2 weeks properly, 3 weeks. It's whatever. We get sometimes where we talk about this 80%, 70% divide. So, for example, it's likely, it's probable, we'll go to indicative, we'll go to normal. And yet it's possible. So if I said, it's likely Brendan's coming to the party. Right? Il est probable que Brendan vient à la fête. Normal. It's possible that Brendan's coming to the party. Oui, il est possible que Brendan vienne, subjunctive, we'll talk about that in a second, to the party. So possible and probable kind of mark the barrier. But unless it's like it's certain that, it's sure that, most of your other adjectives, most of them, will go with the subjunctive. Okay? So that is an impersonal sentence. An emotional sentence doesn't have to be Brie is happy. Yeah, it could be it makes Brie happy. Brie in the sentence Brie is happy. Who is doing the verb? Brie is happy. Who's doing the verb in that sentence?
Is.
No, who is doing the verb, Brie? Who is doing it? Brie is happy. Who's doing the verb?
Unknown.
That's it, you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the sentence, it makes Brie happy. Who's doing the verb? Right. Which word is the subject? It makes Brie happy. What's the verb, Brie, in it makes Brie happy? What's the verb in that sentence?
Makes.
Spot on, well done. And who is doing the making? Listen again. It makes Brie happy. Who's doing the making?
The happiness.
Don't be like metaphysical and analytical. Just okay. Literally, that's it. So that is by definition still happiness. It's still talking about emotion. People always think with emotion it has to be I am this emotion. All right. You know, it doesn't have to be that. It could be it annoys me that people don't do the homework. That's subjunctive. I am annoyed. It's still emotional. Whether I am doing the verb or the verb is being done to me, it is referring to my emotional state, and that therefore will be the subjunctive. It's annoying that. Okay. So sometimes you sort of go, ooh, 1 foot in 2 camps. A bit like me in my 20s until I made a decision. So basically, if I said, it's annoying, we've got an impersonal sentence. It is annoying. And we've also got an emotional sentence because of annoying. So sometimes you're like, tick, tick, subjunctive. Good. So let's look at our forms then. So what did I say, Susan, were the only people in the A verbs who transform for the subjunctive? Who are the only ones that I said change?
New.
New and who else? New and?
I can't remember that one. Ian?
We don't have I can't remember. We have I didn't fucking listen. Tia, who are the 2 people that don't change in the subjunctive? Sorry, who are the 2 people that do change in the subjunctive in A verbs? Who are they?
Nous, vous.
New
Lovely.
and vous. Okay.
Susan, redeem yourself, Auntie Susan. If I said, I'm going to use the endings of the imperfect of the was tense for those 2 that are going to change. What are the endings in the was tense of the we and the you plural? So I had je mangeais, tu mangeais, il mangeait. What's we were eating? Nous
Mangions.
Good job, you. And therefore, vous.
Mangiez.
To remind you all, what's the slogan for the was verbs? A, ion, ea. Yeah, all right. Imperfect, if you think the letter I for imperfect. So in other words, you're borrowing those bitches for your nous and your vous. If you use on, no, as in on, you use normal he, she verb. If you use nous, you use ion. So with that in mind then, Brendan, I'm going to give you each a subjunctive sentence. You're going to first tell me why it's subjunctive, and then you're going to translate the bleeder. Ready? Brendan. It's important that you listen. And by you, I mean two. So it's important that you listen. Why is that subjunctive?
Impersonal.
Speak close to the microphone. I can't hear you.
It's impersonal.
Lovely. Could you now translate, it's important that you listen?
C'est important que j'écoute.
Stand still. Stand still. What is the word for you?
Oh, you. Oh, yeah. Two.
As per the French that I gave you in English, don't go making second first person and the first second person. If I wanted you to say I would have given you I. You listen. Say for me normally in normal baby French, you listen. Just say for me in normal baby French, you listen.
Tu écoutes.
Don't hide my nice soft mouth, Brendan. Nice soft mouth, but don't hide my vowels. Go again. Let me hear the vowels properly.
Tu écoutes.
That's lovely. Not a Q, because nothing's up your ass. Tu écoutes. Ooh, not U. Écoute. Do me the vowel journey, Brendan. U, ou.
U.
Do me some fucking vowel work in the week, you lazy prick. Go again. Do me some vowel slides. Do not lie to me that you've done one single vowel slide this week. Save me. U,
U.
You look lost as fuck. Do your vowel homework. You've been told, all of you, find some words, vowel journey it through. So now say for me, small mouth, tu écoutes.
Tu écoutes.
Are you pushing on the chest and you just said acute? You've just said cute. What is the last vowel? What is the last vowel here?
U.
You disgust me. Brie, could you please spell for me the last few letters of the word to listen? What's the last few letters of the word? What's the verb to listen? What's the verb that Brendan's spitting at me? What's the verb that we want here? Brie.
Écouter.
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 E acute, pronounced E. C-O-U. Could you all rub beneath where you all get acid reflux before my class starts with fear? Could you all rub here? O-U is here, is it not? Are we going to say Q? What is the Q? This is the Q. This is the Q. We're not saying Q, we're saying Q. As per one. So could you please say for me, Brie, écoute.
Écoute.
No, that was just spitting at me in English. Fail. Denise, could you please say for me, écoute. Vibrate.
Écoute.
I can't hear shit.
Écoute.
Will you stop spitting at me?
Écoute.
No, I can't hear crap. Susan, will you please say for me, écoute. Give me big vibration. Go on, écoute.
Écoute.
Nice. We don't want écoute. Écoute. Could you now,
Écoute.
Susan, add tu at the beginning of it and say tu écoutes?
Tu écoutes.
Good. Is your tu the same vowel as your u? No. If it bothers you that much, go and do the reading rules again. Go and watch lesson 1 again, or go onto my channel, type reading, and it will take you through the pronunciation per spelling. All right. Good. Tabitha. Who did we say were the only people that change in the subjunctive if the verb is a normal A verb? Who did we say were the two that change, my love?
New and vu.
She's back in the game. And what were the endings that Susan gave us that we use if we are using a nu and a vu for a subjunctive?
The endings are a, eon.
No,
ea.
no. For
Oh.
nu and vu. What are the endings we've just said that we use for nu
Oh,
and vu?
eon, ea.
Good, nice nasal twang. Nice
Ea.
twang.
Okay.
Eon and EA. I can hear you. Nice twang. What can't I hear? Eon, EA. That's English, right? So, if I said, it's important that you listen, normally, Tabitha, normally, using vous, normally, what would be you listen, normally? Using vous, you plural listen. Using vous, what would you formal or you plural normally be, you listen?
Vous écoutez?
Nice twangs, but I got ba. I want to slid. You gotta watch you gotta watch fucking episode 1, girl. You gotta properly watch what I've told you. You can't phone it in. You cannot
Okay.
shitter. Go and watch those weeks properly. Give it me all in one long line. Vous écoutez, go on.
Vous écoutez?
Lovely. Now listen, you need to watch week 1 because you have a nice twang, but you are trying to speak from here. You either speak from here or you either speak from here, and you generally go to both. Yep. So vous écoutez, push off the diaphragm, sing, my angel of music. Say with me, vous écoutez.
Vous écoutez.
Lovely, but I need you to watch lesson 1 properly, because that's a bit crap in the throat. Therefore, Tabitha, if I wanted it to be, it's important that you listen. Why is that subjunctive?
Because it's impersonal.
And the ending, we know what it's going to be. So could you now say for me, il est important? Notice Luke is sliding. There's no il est important. Il est important que, what's the you listen going to be, bearing in mind the endings that you just told me?
Il est important que vous écoutez TA.
I don't allow for whiteout. That shitty little thing that, or Tipex as we say in England, I do not need that crap. What is the ending that I told you to use for a vous, for subjunctive?
EA.
There's a sound, EA. Don't memorize crap. Good God, you're all dense as fuck. Vowel learn vowels, learn the physical familiarity with the sentence. Il est important que vous écoutiez. Say it like you're speaking to somebody at the bottom of the garden. Il est important que vous écoutiez. Nah. Right, good. Tia, I'm scared that we are eating the chocolate. I'm scared that we're eating the chocolate. I can't eat all of that, I'll be sick. I'm scared that we're eating the chocolate. Reason for that being subjunctive, Tia?
Fair.
Fear. Lovely. Do we know the expression for I'm scared, people? It is a compound form with have. I have fear that. J'ai peur que. Side note, jumping ahead, were you in a situation where you were scared about something yourself? French doesn't like to subjunctive style. French doesn't like to do the subjunctive if the person on the left-hand side of the que is also the person on the right-hand side of the que. It likes to go to the infinitive. So rather than saying j'ai peur que je mange, I'm scared that I'm eating, you'd say j'ai peur de manger. And that will become incredibly powerful when we start doing clever things like I'm happy that I didn't go. So instead of saying je suis content que je sois pas allé, je suis content de ne pas être allé. We'll do a de, a negative adverb together, an auxiliary infinitive, and the aller on the passé composé on the past participle. Oh, the fun we'll have. So in other words, hypothetically, that's just me dropping that seed at the moment. But if we're saying, you know, I'm scared that, so that's me, I'm scared that we are eating the chocolate. Off you go. Using nous, please. Off you go.
J'ai peur que nous mangions la nourriture mauvaise.
Bitch, that was amazing French, but I said chocolate. What are you going off to? By the way, bad food, we just tend to say la malbouffe. La malbouffe. Yeah, okay. I know mal is an adverb, unless you're from that strange land that says, honey, did you sleep good? Slap anyone that says that. Say, no, I slept well. Yeah, unless you're from that strange land that associates good and well and bad and badly and doesn't get it right. From sea to shining sea. Unless you're from there, and that's not correct. That ain't correct. That is not correct. The amount of people that try and convince me otherwise, no. I have a lot of friends and colleagues who are in state boards of education from New York to LA. There is nowhere in America that I slept good is correct. Nowhere. All right. It just gets said all the time. You did good. Kind of borderline permitted as phraseology, but it's not correct. So in other words, even though it's bad food, we say la malbouffe. All right. So, but I want le chocolat. Le chocolat. Give me the vibrations here. Le chocolat. Let me hear it.
Le chocolat.
That's le chocolat. Copy my vibration. Le chocolat.
Le chocolat.
Lovely. Get over the idea, all of you, that you need to speak the words. You don't speak the French. You use your body. Your mouth does jack shit. Your mouth does nothing. Yeah? Stop speaking French. Yeah? You know, chest and head French. Oui, alors j'ai peur que... So, don't let me do it for you. Oh, no, sorry, you've already done it. So, j'ai peur que nous mangions le chocolat. All right, fine. Good. So, are we clear with an A verb? Mange, 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 mangions, mangiez, mange. So if we were practicing our top, what's the verb order that we've learned? Tabitha, what's the verb order that we did in lesson 1 that you should have watched? What's the verb order for all the verbs that Lukey plays with? I'll give you the first one. Present, then what comes next? Present, what?
Present, was, will, would,
You've earned a life
auxiliary.
so far. I'd have had to anally stimulate Brendan with a cattle prod to get that out of him. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. All right, good. And then bottom line, Tabitha.
Bottom line.
Same again, but with the words on the auxiliary at the end. Yeah, present, was, will, would, on the auxiliary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Present, was.
The verbs are, if you say, what are Lukey's verbs? What are Lukey's verbs? Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive on the auxiliary. That's what you've just got to say. Yep, that's what it is. All right. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive on the auxiliary. So far, running through the order, present, was, will, would. We can now add subjunctive to our list. So Lukey says, I eat. Hey, let's do he eats. Il mange, il mangeait, il mangera, il mangerait. We practice the subjunctive with il est intéressant que. For the moment, that is what I want you to practice the subjunctive with. Now, you might have seen some old videos where I use I am happy that. You might have done. But when we get more advanced, as we've just said, if you had I am happy that and then an I do something, it just creates a little problem. Because you're not supposed to, as I said, do a je on the one side of the subjunctive que and a je on the other. So to avoid that dilemma, just go with it is important that. And that's safe. So il est important que. Lovely. We'll come back. Good. Brie, go back to session 1, lesson 1. What are my two verb types? A and
Soft hard.
good woman. If I gave you sortir, classic soft hard. No prendre, no snake. Brendan's thinking, yes, he's not going to ask me a regular soft hard. He is, he's just giving you the titles. Prendre, snake, weird and easy, re, you know, all the ones that we've done, twisters, all this kind of crap. So if I had a classic soft hard, would you just do for me, Brie? Present tense, da-dun, 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 da-dun. Would you just go down? And I'm sorry, patriarchy, but would you mind saying il rather than elle for the third people? Off you go. So je, tu, il, nous,
Sortir.
il. On the verb sortir, to go out. Off you go.
Okay, je sors. Tu sors.
Nice accent, nice joy, nice length.
Il sort.
Nous.
Nous sortons.
Good. Now, did your brain find that or did your mouth find that? I think your mouth found that a little bit. Good. Carry on. Vous.
Vous sortez.
Il at the bottom.
Il sort.
Good. Because it's single soft. Tabitha plural.
Hard.
I'm liking Tabby more and more. Good. Good. Lovely. So, John from Atlanta, a very good friend, went on the Besançon trip. Reminded me of this today. I always used to teach the subjunctive is hard, which is a bit of a stupid neuro-linguistic programming situation, actually. It's like saying, hey, the subjunctive is really hard. No, but in other words, it isn't always if it's an A verb, for example. But within your soft hard verb, anything that was previously soft is going to go hard. So instead of saying je sors, tu sors, il sort, we're going to have in the subjunctive the they form, not spelling wise, but pronunciation. So could you just go for me, please, Denise? What was the hard that we got in the, how would you say they go out? Il
sort.
Right up into the microphone, I can't hear you.
Singular or plural? Il.
Given that I said they, what do you think?
Il sort.
Good. So therefore, the subjunctive is going to go hard, 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 dion. There's my eon from earlier. Side note, in a minute we will do irregulars, mainly including have and be. Have and be are the king and fucking queen of verbs. So they don't have no eon or ea. Soit, 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 soyons, soyez, soit. Aeon, aaa. There's no eon. But for most other verbs, whether you are in an A category or whether you are in a soft hard category, your nous and vous shit will go eon, ea. If your verb is an A verb, normally nous mangeons, nous mangions, basically going into the was form. If your verb is a soft hard, nous sortons, nous sortions, subjunctive, equally also going into the was form. So that's quite easy to find, isn't it? So with that in mind, please, would you do for me, Denise? Now, listen to me, people. This is really important. You can practice the subjunctive with que je blank, que tu blank, just to get your mouth a little bit used to it. But are we completely fucking clear that just because it's got a cut does not mean that it is going to go subjunctive? Are we absolutely clear on that? Yeah. So Denise, could you please say for me, que je blank, que tu blank, work your way down, my darling, off you go. So in other words, the subjunctive of sortir, off you go.
Oh, okay. Que je sors,
That's pause, listen. The subjunctive is hard. As I've just said, they're all gonna be hard. They're all the hard sound. Don't look at what they look like. Screw them. Screw them. You know what happens on the nous and vous we've just spoken about.
Que je sors.
Hard. So go again from the top. Que
je sors, que tu sors, que il sort.
I didn't hear the T.
Que il sort, que il sort, que il sort, que il sort.
Hang on. We're running out of people. Brendan.
Yeah.
Do it for me. With partir. Que je. Off you go.
Que je parte. Que tu partes.
Excuse me. Stop stabbing me. Slide. Give me the twang that you've just given me, which was lovely, but do not stab me. Que je parte. Use your diaphragms, ladies and gentlemen. Que je sorte. Que tu sortes. Pardon, que je parte. Que tu partes. Off you go. Use your diaphragms and keep your mouth closed. I don't need this. Hi, Luke. Que tu partes. No, I don't need that. Off you go.
Que je parte. Que tu partes. Et il parte.
Link.
Qu'il parte.
Keep your eyes on me.
Il parte.
No. Do we know, incidentally, people, why we go je, tu, il, nous, vous, il? Does anybody know why we do that order? Any ideas?
Soft hard.
No, but I mean in language generally. Yeah. If you were doing Spanish, it'd be the same. Yeah. It'd be like hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, habláis, hablan. It'd be, you know.
To separate the singular from the plurals?
Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But what I mean is why that order? First person, singular. Second person, singular. Third person, singular. So me on my own in the universe. I'm floating around. Someone's opposite me, Brendan. You, singular. Okay? Somebody's over there, Tabitha. If I turn to Tabitha, hey Tabs, she becomes second person. If I'm talking about her, saying only good things, she's third person. That's why when we say Kanye cray cray, he talk about himself in the third person. Like, you know, it's when someone by their own first name. All right, that's third person, right? Then we become plural, first person plural. That means we as an entity. We're floating in the space. That's a we. We then go to second person plural. That means I'm looking at a group of two. This is largely the same word, you, or, you know, if you're in a kind of state where cousins marry, y'all, you know, but really grammatically that is not, it is you. Okay, so basically you, okay, they plural, fine, male or female. So that's why we go je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. Wasn't that a lovely story? So back we go. Brendan, go through for me. Everybody's hard. Remember what happens on the nous. Off you go. I'm getting bored.
Que nous, what was it?
Blah, 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 blah. Je, did you listen to a word this crack addict face just said to you? First, second, third. Je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. Je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. Why do you think we've now got single soft, plural hard, as Tabitha has just reminded us? Because the top three are single and the bottom three are plural. First person singular, second person singular, third person singular. I admit that vous can be singular, like I accept that, but that's because through formality, we're granting it the power. All right, so will you all please just get for me, je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. Just say that for me, je, tu, il, nous, vous, il.
Il, nous, vous, il.
Speak, say it for me. Ready, all together. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Je, tu, il, nous, il. By yourself. By yourself.
Je, tu,
Nous, il.
Speak.
je, tu, il, nous, vous, il.
Tabitha, I like you more already than these lazy clips. The rest of you, it's like on Saturday Night Live. Have you seen the Kardashian chorus on Saturday Night Live? When there's like a choir of Kardashians. Weirdly, who knows what the momager Kris Jenner has done? You can't find that on YouTube at the moment. But it was just like, it was like a chorus of vocal fry. There's like somebody, it's like a choir practice. And somebody went, ding, 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 ding. Come on then, Kardashian chorus. And they were like, oh, it was amazing. It was such a, you lot sound like that. It's disgusting. So I'm bored. I'm going to go to Tia. Could you do it for me, Tia, with the verb to sleep, which is dormir, which is a soft, hard verb. Que je, que tu, qu'il, que nous, que vous, qu'il. Off you go.
Que je dorme, que tu dormes, qu'il dorme, que nous dormions, que vous dormiez, qu'il dorme.
Lovely. I sleep normally. Je dors, soft. Daniel is happy that I'm sleeping, whatever. Daniel est content que je dorme. The subjunctive doesn't change tense, it changes mood. All right? So, let's now look at some of my irregulars. Brendan, redeem yourself. What was the they form of take? Il.
Prenne.
Thank you. Prenne, 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 prenions, preniez, prenne. Notice the eon, notice the ea. Yeah? These are what is known as the subjunctive irregulars. You normally only have to learn one sound. And then it will be the same all the way down, apart from your eon and your ea. So, Brie, copy me. This is the subjunctive irregular for the verb savoir, to know. So normally, je sais, tu sais, il sait, nous savons, vous savez, ils savent. Yeah? But the subjunctive is sache. Sache. So what would be the nous form of the subjunctive of sache? Que nous sache.
Sachez.
The nous form. What are the endings we're putting on in the nous form?
Station.
The vous form.
Vous saciez. Saciez.
death by fire, death by machine gun. What have I got in the drawer? I'll give you one more go. What are my endings for nu and vu? Eon, and what's the vu ending?
Yeah, yeah.
What single sound? Learn to use sound. Give the information, take the information Lukey's given you, sash, and add the sound that I've just given you. So what's the vu sound that I need, Brie?
Yeah.
Good. Take your sound I just gave you for no. What sound did I give you for no in the subjunctive?
Sash.
Thank you. And now stick the, that's it. Put sound together. You don't have to read. So what's that going to be? Que vous
sachiez.
Are you saying sachet or sachier?
Sachiez.
Thank you. Chier in French is to shit. I hate toilet humour, but here this is possibly ironic. So nul à chier means shit, bad to the point of shitting. Good. That's a phrasal way of saying, like, that's a common way of saying, like, it's annoying. C'est chiant. Yeah, you piss me off without being indiscreet, because I don't really like toilet humour. I don't mind sexual humour, but toilet humour I find repugnant. In English, if you said she pisses me off, nobody literally thinks about the element of the piss word. We know it's possibly not language we'd use in polite company because of the piss word, but we don't think about that. The same in French. If you say you make me shit, which is literally how you say you piss me off, tu me fais chier. Yeah, you don't literally think about it. So it is a very common thing to say. Good. Lovely. Let's do another one. Susan, puisse. All right. So if I get from the verb pouvoir, okay. No, I'm going to give you face from the verb to do. So would you please straight away for me just go all the way down, Susan? Up you go. Could you just go all the way down for me with the word face, which is the subjunctive of to do?
Que je fasse, que tu fasses, que qu'il fasse, que nous fassions, que vous fassiez, qu'il fasse.
Gorgeous. Pretty fucking simple. That's it. That's your subjunctive. Obviously, nothing's stopping you using en. Yeah, comme, fasse. You can do that. So, you know, going back to our other irregulars then, so conduire, Tabitha, what would be they produce, which is a weird and easy verb. So they produce. What's they produce? Il.
For conduire?
Sorry, for produce, produire.
Oh,
What's
il produire. Il produire.
Listen to Auntie Lukey. Week 2. Listen to Auntie Lukey means listen to Auntie Lukey.
Okay.
Week 2, subcategory of soft hard verbs. Weird and easy. Thereby reminding you that the hard sound is a z. Produit, nous produisons, vous produisez, ils produisent. What was the last thing I said? What was they produce? Go again one more time for me, Tabitha.
Weird and easy. Produise.
Nice. Good. You have a nice voice, Tabitha. You've got some richness in it. Nice.
Messy.
Background is, or whatever, where we've got any, you know, a little bit African American or something, but you've got a damn good voice box. I'm liking it. Sing it forward, girl. It's nice. It's good. Some voices just do twang. Really, if you haven't got it. The deepest and most beautifully rich voice roster of bitches is a. I dislike the term Chinese American because why is he any more Chinese American than somebody's European American? He's American, but he is of Chinese heritage. He's been there for several generations, as have a lot of African Americans. But someone whose mum's Scottish, like Trump, seems to think that he's allowed to call himself just American, even though his mama was born in Scotland. So the fact is, Jason has got this unbelievably rich voice, and it sounds like Barry White singing. It's so nice. It's cool. And this, it's honest to God, you know, were it not for my mate on me. So lovely. You want to kind of find this in your voice, because that's what's gone. Yeah, that's what's going to send the sound forward. So in other words, if we had produit, normally produit, produisant, produisez, produise, the hard, your subjunctive, Luc wants me to produce more, whatever, leaflets. Luc veut que je produise plus de dépliants, whatever. Good. Let's stop. Let's go to have and be. All right. So, could you please say for me, Brie? B does Brie. Brie does B. Brie, could you just please say for me? I see. Je vois, tu vois, il voit, nous voyons, vous voyez, il voit. Keep it soft. I don't want v. Just give me ever so soft. I see, you see, he sees. Off you go.
Je vois, tu vois, il voit, nous voyons, vous voyez,
Vous voyez.
il voit.
Il voit. It's a crap hard, isn't it? There's no hard there. Good. Good, Brie. You're doing really well with the length and the softness. Remember, when we say soft, you are softening this mouth. You are not homogenizing, you're not homogenizing the whole sentence. You're not going it je. You still want the upsy downs equality of iwa, ouayon, ouay. You still want the ha. Yeah? It's a very good sign, though, that you can keep your mouth soft. Now go again and swap the v for a s. So instead of je vois, tu vois, il voit, nous voyons, vous voyez, il voit, go the frick again and swap the v for a s. What 6 sounds will I come up with, please, Brie?
Je sois, tu sois.
Good. Soften it for me, my love. Let the
Je sois.
bigger than the j and the s. Yeah? Let the and the be bigger than the j and the swa. All right, soften it again for me.
Je sois, tu sois,
Nice.
il soit,
Il soit for you.
Soit.
Il soit twang. Yep.
nous soyons,
Careful, not nu. Nobody's naked. The invite is there.
Soyez.
Nous soyons.
voyons.
Lovely. Nous, not nu. Nous soyons. Likewise, you don't say ill. Ill could be said in English. Tabitha, one of the things you might have missed, but you're now going to watch when you watch them again. If a word can be said in English, it's not a French word. Unfortunately, this week, let me not put something into the universe. Let's not use a name that I know. Jeremy. I don't know a Jeremy. Unfortunately, Jeremy is ill. If I say il vient, no. Sounds like English ill. Il. It's got to sound different. If it sounds like English, it's English. Good. So, je sois, tu sois, il soit, nous soyons, vous soyez, il soit. You might like to make a mental link with the fact that that sounds really fucking similar to je suis, which is I am. You might like to make a mental link with the fact that the verb to be in the future is with an S as well. Yeah, serai, sera, seront. But soit is the subjunctive of the verb to be. There are no eons and eas, just soit, soyons, soyez, soit. So Susan, I am happy that you are here. Reason for that being the subjunctive?
It's a feeling or emotion.
Otherwise known as want, need, doubt, fear,
Impersonal,
impersonal,
emotional.
Thank you. All right. That's all right, Brendan. You just watch the rest of the stuff. It'll just be, Brendan, I'm telling you in advance, it'll be on using auxiliary soit and a. It'll be about literally sticking soit and a in the middle. So, for example, he has eaten, il a mangé. Susan is happy that he has eaten. Susan est content qu'il ait. Subjunctive have will be in the middle. Brie left. Brie est parti. Est, normal. I am sad that Brie left. Je suis triste que Brie soit parti. Brendan got washed. Il s'est lavé. We're happy that Brendan got washed. On est content que Brendan se soit lavé. So it's basically all you've got left before we finish 10 minutes is sticking have and be in the middle on the auxiliary. adding it to your top 5 and your bottom 5. Good. Bugger off. Well done. So lovely. So in other words for me then, so Susan, could you please say for me, I am happy that you are here. I'm happy that you are here.
Je suis content que tu sois ici.
Good. Now we often tend to say, and I know this is confusing as shit, the word là there for here, which I know is freaking like, to you guys, you're like, that cray cray. Ouais, je suis content que tu sois là. We will often do that.
Oh.
But the other thing to be mindful of, when you're working, I'm about to tell you something that will save your ass so hard, so much when we go into conversation week. We've only got 2 more grammar weeks to do after this. Hurrah! And then we're doing conversation. I say sentence, you try translating it, off we go. Hurrah, hurrah. You want to get used to working on the previous word and do not move unless you can slide. You can only slide from one word to the next word in French if you're saying it properly. So don't go right. Je suis content que. Not only does it sound hideous, not only does it then not teach you the muscle memory of the whole thing together, it then means when we speak in our little joined up way, and we will join, we will join, you're not ready for it. All right. So even if you go right, I'm just going to sit there. Je. Listen to a French accent in English. Hello. My name is Susan. I am in your office. I am going to. It's long in the middle. No rush. Yes, I have decided to talk to you. And most people with a brain who of French heritage who speak English don't obviously maintain the accent for more than the first week. But you take my point. So sit in the previous word. Don't work it out and then imagine me going, right, go again and join it up. Join it up from the beginning. Sit on the word. Sit on the word. Sit on the word. Also from a linguistics perspective, and I might slum around in a t-shirt, but trust me, I've got the postgrad work here. Trust me. If you keep the previous sound going, you are open to evoking a muscle memory of what can come next. Every single time the brain says a series of sentences, it is accessing and logging and storing a language center sort of data file on what words tend to go next to other words. Now, it might be some random cray shit that you ain't ever going to say again. Yeah, you know, the caterpillar went to a bukkake party with the butterfly, whatever. But the fact is, that's unlikely. If you say I went, I got washed, I whatever, you are putting a series of words together. So when you keep the previous word going, your muscle memory will start to want to make suggestions for you. If you only ever go nyeh, 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 and try and do it intellectually, your brain won't do this. So trust Auntie Lukey, like you've never trusted anybody on this. We want to do this quickly. That's why we're in an advanced speed group, right? So one more time for me. I'm happy that you're here. Smooth as. No speed rush. No speed rush. I'm happy that you're here. One more time.
Je suis content que tu
Is
sois
your
là.
sound que literally joining to your sound tu? Now let me make this really clear. Bree will tell you, because I've just congratulated her. Which do you think Lukey's more interested in, Bree? The k or the which is more important to me?
The
So in other words, Susan, it's nice and soft what you're doing, but you want to think you don't want to think that the word starts on the consonant. You want to think that the word starts on that vowel. So je, don't go, I'm going to an S. I'm going to oui. Je suis, very, very gently by the mouth. Je suis, I'm now going to an on, not a quand, I'm going to an on. Je suis content. Think your little lily pad. I'm excited. There's a new, I don't know what it is in 2023. There's something to do with like the Frog Prince. I like my Disney. I like 20s stuff. So there's some new Frog Princess shit coming out. So if you're thinking of the frog on his little lily pad, you're jumping from, well, we're sliding from lily pad to lily pad on the vowel. Yeah, we don't want to be on the edge of the lily pad, because what happens if you go on the edge of a lily pad? It goes like that, right? So, je suis content, whatever. That's how we do it. Good. Subjunctive sound of the verb to have. Could you all put your hands on your head and look at Captain America? Captain America. What letter does Captain America, whether you are looking at previous incarnations or whether you're looking at, Chris or whatever you're looking at, Chris Evans, what letter does Captain America have on his forehead? What letter does he have on his forehead?
A.
A for anarchy. I mean, no, A for America. That's right. Same thing. So basically, so basically, every single time you use the subjunctive for have, you are going to say the sound A, like the first letter of the alphabet. Every time. Listen to me. J'ai, tu es, il est, nous ayons, vous ayez, ils aient. Brie, did we have ayon or did we have ayon?
Ayon.
Like B, no eon or ea for have and be. When you start reading, do you know, I always used to do that noise about the French Canadian accent, and then, as Denise is aware, I went out on the weekend and I met a really lovely guy from French Canada, to be fair, from Montreal rather than Quebec, and I was like, Luke, don't end up marrying this dude, because you spent half of your videos going every single time somebody mentions the French Canadian accent. But yeah, so it's just not, focus on domestic France linguistically first and then travel to other places. So if you start reading, subjunctive have, AIE, AIES, AIT, AYONS, AYEZ, AINT. Subjunctive go, I, like an I, like an I, AI. So you see the AI again. So what then happens is people start, they go, oh no, Luke, I haven't been reading. And I then go, well, why are you saying I for subjunctive have? So subjunctive have is A. Another way to remember it, people, is I have normally. So Denise, what is I have normally?
J.
Just normal. What's I have, Denise?
J.
You're muted, my darling. Or just lean forward. What's I have?
J.
I can't quite hear you, but yes, J. Lovely. So notice j'ai, tu es, il est. So the subjunctive is the same. So with that in mind, Tabitha, how would you say he ate a cake? Gluten-free, sugar-free. Gluten-free, sugar-free. Dairy-free ideally, but I can deal with that once a week. I'm sick on the other two. Gluten-free, sugar-free, or refined sugar-free. So basically, he ate, how would I say normally, Tabitha? Slidey, slide. How would you say he ate a cake?
Il mangeait.
Stand still. You got some videos to watch, my love. He ate a cake. Is it an action? Is it a finished action in the past, Tabitha? He ate a cake.
Yes.
That's it. It's a finished, singular action in the past. Susan, what do actions in the past have? Actions in the past have
Auxiliaries.
That's it. So Tabitha, if it's a single finished action in the past, go to the tense with the auxiliary. Even in English, if you hear he ate and not he has eaten, it's the same shit in French anyway. Yeah, so a single action in the past that is finished is auxiliary. So he ate with an auxiliary. Number one on my line will be what, Tabby?
J'ai mangé.
He. Take your hands off the cake, Tabitha. My God, you've done so well on your diet. Don't spoil it now. He, it's not you. He ate.
J'ai mangé.
He.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about myself. Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, I know.
Il mangeait.
Stand still. You just said the same fucking shit twice. What did I tell you an action has in the past?
Finish.
An action in the past has a single.
Auxiliary. Sorry.
Luke, focus your shit. You've got 3 minutes left. I know it's tough, but learn to play in Lukey's sandpit. What does an action have in the past? Actions have
Single auxiliary.
no, auxiliary.
Auxiliary.
Yeah?
Auxiliary.
Actions have auxiliary. That means a word in the middle.
Okay. Il a mangé.
That's it, but why are you spitting at me, my love? Smooth.
Il a mangé.
Manger or manger?
Il a
Is the pronunciation
mangé.
il a mangé or il a mangé?
Il a mangé.
Good. So what happened there is very, very revealing. You did a winning twangapia. Like Tia, you quite like the twangapia. Il a was up here. Mon is down there as a twang. So that means you got to learn to slide, my love. You've got to learn to slide. So the vowel journey is iao, ow. That's the plane noise or the motorbike going around the corner noise that you need to be comfortable with. Don't go il a mangé, because otherwise you guys vocally think, I'll keep it in the middle, I'll start with strong consonants, and I can divide it. Il a mangé toute la farine. He ate all the flour. Okay? No. Okay. Il a mangé toute la farine. The fact that there's consonants there, slide from vowel to vowel. So give me one more time. He ate the cake. We'll go with a cake. Il a mangé un gâteau. Slide small mouth up. You go, Tabitha.
Il a mangé un gâteau.
Excuse me, my love. What did I fucking say about pauses? Did I not say remain on the previous word? Come on.
Oui.
Oh, work harder. Work. He ate a cake. Slide. Go. Slide.
Il a mangé un gâteau.
Excuse me. Why are you just pretending? Stop being a people pleaser. Whether it be church or family or something, your energy is lovely. I like it. But don't please people by not listening, because that's actually not pleasing them. Don't say, yeah, I'll do it. Listen to Lukey. Do as I'm telling you. Don't move on to the next word until you are ready. And I need to hear Bree's voice, Tia's voice, Susan's voice, Denise's voice. Do I need to hear Brendan's voice? I do. I love Brendan. I just like teasing him. And Sally's voice if she damn showed up. So I need you to only give me your voice. There can't be a point in the French sentence where there's no Brie, where there's no Tia, where there's no voice. I can't have il a mangé, silence, tumbleweeds. I can't have that. So I need you to say slowly, he ate a cake. Do not lift your voice off. Go.
Il a mangé un gâteau.
No, listen, I'm going. Tabit, you've done some good shit today, my girl, but you've got to fucking pull your brain up. What have I just said in English, my love? I've said I do not want to hear silence. Can you literally hear? You are saying il a mangé un gâteau. Can you hear that you're stopping?
Yes.
But don't do it then, because Auntie Lukey has told you. Go. Do not stop. Okay, say J for me. Just say J and make it last 10 seconds. Go J. Come.
J.
Lovely voice. So if you said il a mangé while you think, I have no problem. I have no problem if Tia goes, je vais venir la semaine prochaine. I have no problem if Brie even does too. If she goes, Luc, tu vas venir avec nous. I've got no problem with that. But do not lift your voice off. So Brie, say for me, he ate a cake. All smoothly, off you go. Mouth closed, he ate a cake.
Il a mangé un gâteau.
Slow it down, no pause. Why do you all think you need a mini celebration? Yay, I got through the verb, I'll have a pause. The sentence is he ate a cake. It's not he ate a cake. All the way through, one more go, no pause.
Il a mangé un gâteau.
That's nice. And what did you all vocally avoid? Did you hear the delicious... Tabitha's like, yes, Brie did exactly the same mistake. Did you hear the delicious il a mangé un? Right? That's what you do. So, if I said, I am happy that he ate a cake, why, Brie, is it going to be subjunctive?
Because it's an emotion.
Yes. What is the first verb after the k in I am happy that he has eaten a cake? What is the first verb after the k?
Avoir.
Great. And so I can't, this is what is known as the past subjunctive. And people panic. If you've done Spanish, if you've done Italian, you'll have come across the fact that in other languages, we have imperfect subjunctives. So if you said, if I were happy, you know, in English we say, right, I was happy. And we're supposed to say, if I were happy, hypothetically. But people just go, if I was happy. But it's supposed to be, if I were you. This is normally the kind of shit Tia would do correctly, because if someone's kind of come from a Scandinavian background and they've learned English, they're normally on top of this shit. Whereas we're quite sloppy. But that is basically the only remnant of what was our imperfect subjunctive. If you say every single time in Spanish or Italian, that, like if I, whatever, hypothetically did some shit, they've got a whole new load of imperfects. They're like, what are you guys worrying about the imperfect for? We've got an imperfect subjunctive. Hell, they've even got an they've even got a future subjunctive, although that tends to be used a bit less these days in Spanish. But so we're kind of lucky in French. The only thing we have to do, it does exist, it does formally exist. Parlas, parlas, parla, parlation, parlassier, parlas. It does exist, but it's in books, don't worry. So if we're going in the past with a subjunctive, in other words, if we've gone into Tabitha, my darling, actions have what? Actions have
Auxiliary.
So if we're in the past and it's a finished action, don't matter how long it took. Don't matter how long it took, Tabitha. Doesn't matter. Columbus, he didn't discover America. It was America. And there were people there already. But he found, for the Portuguese, he found America. So Columbus sailed to America. That shit took forever. But we're saying he went, action, il est allé. All right, single action. Okay, good. So if you go into the subjunctive mood, after that, you're going to need to put your have or your be into the subjunctive, which is super easy because that's just going to be a on aa, soit, soyons, soyez. So I'm going to give you all a subjunctive sentence in the past to finish, and you're all going to do it, and then we're going to chill. So, Tia, how would you say, using the reflexive, Brendan got washed, which is a reflexive verb in the past? How would you say Brendan got washed?
Brendan s'est lavé.
Lovely. To remind you, reflexive verbs in the past, people. Poetry, past. Je me suis, tu, t'es, il, s'est, name, say. Practice it with the name. Nous, nous sommes, vous, vous êtes, ils se sont. That sounded very similar to like 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. If anybody's seen A Nightmare on Elm Street, I am the Nightmare on Elm Street. So also, if you ever watch, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really found those films hilarious, but if you ever watch Robert Englund, the guy that played Freddy in the Freddy movies, in Interview, he's the campest, happiest little person. You're like, why was I scared of you? You're like, so in other words, je me suis, tu, t'es, il s'est, nous, nous sommes, vous, vous êtes. Il s'est, reflexive and the verb to be. I'll say it again, reflexive and the verb to be. So il s'est, lovely. So could you now say for me, I'm happy that Brendan got washed. So did you say Brendan s'est lavé? So I'm happy that Brendan got washed. What is that going to be? Tia.
Je suis content que Brendan se soit lavé.
All we've done is change the have bit to the auxiliary bits to soit. So if we were practicing il s'est lavé, present tense in the middle, otherwise known as the passive composer. Il s'était lavé, il se sera lavé, il se serait lavé. Il est intéressant qu'il se soit lavé. If that shit went right over your head, you watch last week's video again. All right. Let's randomize Susan. He saw me. He saw me. Action. Actions have auxiliaries. He saw me. He saw me. He saw me.
Il m'a vu.
Il m'a vu. Nice linkage. Nice linkage. Top lip up here. Il m'a vu. Go again. Il m'a vu.
Il m'a vu.
Lovely. Now you'll notice that there's not a lot of ha-he ha there. Sometimes people that have a talent for this, yeah, you've all got talents. There's nobody in this group that hasn't shown themselves to be completely capable. Just me. No, so basically, if you get a little bit in love with the ha-he ha, sometimes people falsely pop one in. So they'll be like, il m'a vu, because they want to do the ha-he ha, and I'm like, nah, il m'a vu. It's all above here, il m'a vu. There's obviously a little bit of movement around between there, but it's not as much as a ha-he ha as, for example, il vous a vu. You know, or he wanted you, il vous a voulu. You know, there's other sentences, so just be careful not to want the ha-he ha too much. Good, il m'a vu. It's interesting, he saw me. Because normally when I lie in Chris Hemsworth's front garden, I am in my camo gear and no one can see shit. So could you please say for me, it's interesting he saw me. It's interesting he saw me. Pause before we go any further, Susan. Why is this subjunctive?
It's impersonal.
That's it. It's interesting he saw me.
Il est
Stop
intéressant.
sitting onto Luki. Go really slowly. Don't visualize intéressant. When you read French, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, because he's gone. When you read and say French, as I said to Tabitha, you've got to jump from lily pad to lily pad. You've got to slide from lily pad to lily pad. So as you go to speak, in fact, when you read, don't go into, read the vowels. Intéressant. If you think of French, if you stop thinking of French as, just checking my daughter's pictures on here, like, hey, to the world. No, when you see French, let's bring up the keypad. When you see French, okay, you don't want to think of it as, oh, let's go like that. Yeah, you don't want to think of it as bum, 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 bum. You want to think of it as a swipe. Yeah, the whole thing is like a swipe. So could you just say for me, it's interesting, just to begin with, it's interesting, and make it a swipe.
Il est intéressant.
That's nice. Oh shit, I'm calling James. Good. So could you now say, it's interesting he saw me? Super on the swipe. If you're not ready to carry on, don't move forward until you're ready for the next bit.
Il est intéressant que
Listen
tu
to me.
m'aies
What is the number one thing that sits in the middle of all of this shit? Que. Person one, verb one, que, person or subject two, verb two. How common is il? How common is elle? Get on top of joining que and il, or I will not be a happy bitch. Get on top of it. Yeah, get on top of it. All right. So go again. So it's interesting that he saw me. Kill, 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 or I will kill. It's interesting he saw me. Go. Before we began, we were not in Susan's mode. We were in Susan mode. We were in Susan mode, and we want to be in Suzanne mode. Yeah? We don't want to be in Brie mode. We want to be in Brienne. We don't want to be in Tia mode. We want to be in Tia. Yeah? Yeah, we don't want to be in Denise mode. We want to be in Denise. Tabitha. Yeah, okay, we want to be like, you know, we want to be in a different mode. Where do we push from in French? Rhymes with diaphragm. Where do we push from? What part of the body rhymes with diaphragm? Diaphragm. Push from.
diaphragm.
You're all tired on it. So one more time, push it through on the chest. Il est intéressant qu'il m'ait vu. Push on the chest, go.
Il est intéressant qu'il m'ait vu.
Yes, vu, but good.
vu.
Lovely. Lovely. Denise, do one. She left. What normally would be she left? Normally.
Il est parti.
I can't hear you, my love. Shout.
Il est parti.
She.
Elle est partie.
Honestly, Denise, will you stop being such an agent for the patriarchy? Lovely. Elle est partie. Would you now please say for me, I'm happy she's left. Bitch. So I'm happy she's left. Off you go. I'm happy she's left.
Je suis content qu'elle. Je suis content.
I don't allow repetition because it means you ain't sitting on Kel. Say Kel while you think about what's coming next. You've just said elle est partie.
Je suis content.
No, but you're on Kel. You don't get to go again. This isn't Eminem. My name is. My name is. My name is. You're on Kel. You've got as far as Kel. You don't go back. Come on, because I want to finish.
Je suis content.
No, you are on Kel. You are going from Kel. You do not get to go back. Go from Kel. Kel.
Qu'elle est partie.
No subjunctive.
Qu'elle soit partie.
Good. So I'm going to wrap it up there. No, I'll do one for Tabitha when we're done. If you have LA, you think you're saying the subjunctive because what, Tabitha, you can answer these questions. What is the subjunctive sound of the verb to have, Tabitha? It is
A.
Good, which makes you think, oh, I'm in a have. Brie has eaten. I'm happy that Brie has eaten. Je suis content que Brie ait mangé. But if you then use an être verb, je suis parti, tu es, ooh, sounds rather like this. But it's the verb to be, isn't it? It's the verb to be. Good. So be on top of this shit for next week. A good video to watch, just type subjunctive into YouTube on my homepage and watch the one that's called irregular subjunctives. Pay very close attention, this is your homework, to the verb to go. Because it's weird. Que j'aille, que tu ailles, like an I, que nous allions. Because we're going to treat it like an A verb on the nous and the vous. Que vous alliez, qu'ils aillent. All right. So have a little look at irregular subjunctives, or those of you that bother to buy the podcasts. Podcasts for people that are watching are completely available. Just ping me. Drop me an email, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. If you are watching these classes and you do find them useful, please remember under every video is a Kofi link. I do appreciate a coffee. This runs on Kofi. Susan is a basic bitch. I say coffee, she has a swig. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like my daughter's mother, you mention a word, she'll want that for dinner. She won't even know she's been played. So basically, yeah. So basically, I need you to watch the go. I need you to watch the irregular subjunctives video. Next week, no verbs. No verbs. Oh, no verb. I mean, we need like a basic ass verb to achieve what we're doing, but no verbs. It'll be like I do, I eat, I whatever. There's no verbs next week. We're on to, past is new. Be on top of what we've done. Tabby, you were good, and then your brain went face down in the pie halfway through. You were tired. Get on top of it. Lukey doesn't repeat things.
Okay.
Lukey does not repeat things. Get on top of it. Okay. If I give you guys some paperwork, if I give you guys some system, as Brie has learned, if I give you a system, how likely is it that system is going to be the core of your existence for the next 25 minutes? Pretty fucking likely. All right. Good. We've only got so many more systems to learn, and then we can chill. No, we haven't got many left. We've got 2 more grammar classes left, and then we're on to normal I speak, you speak, conversation stuff, which is nice. Good. Leave. Well done. Remember, if you've taken part in this class, can you send me the money on Kofi? Yeah, can you? Kofi is normally in increments of £3. You have to alter it to make it what I said was 10. Although the dollar is getting so high against the pound because of Liz Truss and the Queen, God knows. So I might change that because it's getting cheaper for you guys every week. Lovely. And it costs me money to be pretty. So good. Off you go. Loads and loads and loads of love. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, and you're watching from home, make sure you, by all means, please. You don't have to, but I would appreciate a coffee as a gesture. And if you want to order the podcast, do please ping me an email, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. The email is underneath, and you can order them and you can play along at home. All right, guys. Well done. Thank you for being good sports. Lots and lots of love. All right. Take care. Take care. Same time next week.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.